Chapter 40 A clone of his own. Dian, on the other hand, has managed to bring down all of Xayantha's goons, except for Mechajor, who has made himself more hidden as he plans what to do next as he has been told about the Legion's danger within the galaxy. Yes, there is Slitherark, but all of his creations have diminished. There was help from many residents all around the universe too, as many residents continue to get inspired by the Legion. However, Dian gets ambushed by a clone of him, hit by the clone at top speed as well as dodging the clone's projectiles beforehand. Now that Dian and Slitherark's version of Dian has landed on one of the asteroids, they both start fighting. Mixing between charging at each other with hard hits or firing projectiles at each other while also trying to dodge those projectiles. The clone is a nasty piece of work, able to summon an arm blade and a powerful laser cannon, as big as a saw pipe. With missiles that keep multiplying and machine guns coming from more places compared to Dian. Dian mainly has his around his arms and back, but the clone has shoulder and leg machine guns too, making it more of a challenge for Dian. Dian's main focus is to focus on taking down the weaponry. Knowing that going for the head is any Netrobot's downfall, that is where most of the functions take place. Dian has been shot by the machine guns a couple of times, resulting in a few bullet holes through him alongside the edge of one of his arms being grazed by the thick cannon laser. Dian uses his speed to dodge the fire, go behind the clone and rip his jetpack off, considering that is the only speed source of the clone compared to Dian, who has multiple engines across his body, enabling more flexible speed boosting, efficient turning, and dodging. This ends up being too much for the clone. Despite the clone even taking the chance to try and hack at Dian via another hand function, nearly drilling deep into Dian's head, nearly making Dian hostile just like the clone, alas, the duel ends on a frightening note. The fight was not easy. Even Dian nearly got shut down as well as getting hostile as the clone attempted to get into Dian's head via his mechanical mechanics. But in the end, Dian wins the fight. Using the clone, Dian manages to contact Slitherark, who is making his way to the Sochus alongside most of the upgraded Stonos. Dian tries to contact Slitherark via the Dian ripoff, and they both talk about how both are just as bad as each other, causing problems wherever they go. Dian states that Slitherark is in the obvious wrong to try and harm multiple planets. But Slitherark counters this by stating that the Legion's influence could be flawed, the Legion could let the public down and cause something negative afterwards. Or they can even make others try and be like the Legion, which is what harmed Slitherark and his race, reducing crimes and disrupting Xayantha's plans, which negatively affected Slitherark's lifestyle. So he wasn't bad from the off, he thinks the Legion did this to him. Dian doesn't bother with this nonsense, and so Dian and Slitherark end the conversation. Dian knows the Legion is about to sort out Slitherark, and so when Nicole is called by Dian, and Dian after being updated by Nicole, he is going to go after Xayanthor. Nicole somewhat objects to this idea because he is going alone, but if Slitherark is getting sorted, and Xayanthor could plan the next big threat, then what else can he do? Even the Morphils at the moment are inactive, annoying Pod when he hears a part of the call. And so Dian starts flying to find Xayanthor, having a good idea thanks to his spare time going all over the galaxy to where the Deepar fortress will be hidden. As Dian flies to find Xayanthor, this is where he starts to get an idea of what Opusnost and Amiku are like, and while he is more indebted to Opusnost, he feels like he is familiar with Amiku. But from what he has seen, Amiku must have been a lucky Graditi to be alive despite what happened with the elemental wave event, but regardless, he would like to meet them both once he has more time.